Your knees were once your faithful companions, taking you up every hill, down countless steps, and through endless days without complaint. But recently, have they begun to feel rigid just when you try to get out of bed? Do your ankles expand without any clear reason? Or do your legs ache after nothing more than a brief stroll to the kitchen? You are not creating this in your mind. And absolutely, this is not simply the natural process of growing older. What is actually occurring is something that most individuals beyond 60 years do not even realize exists, and it has been quietly deteriorating the framework within your joints, robbing your vitality bit by bit. This phenomenon is collagen breakdown. Here is the reality. Following the age of 30, your system begins losing approximately 1% of its collagen annually. When you reach 65, more than half of this vital protein could have disappeared. However, there exists encouraging news, tremendously encouraging natural news. Your system possesses the ability to reconstruct collagen once more, but it requires the proper nourishment. And absolutely, I am not referring to powders or costly supplements. I am discussing genuine food, fruits that you can locate at any grocery store, delectable ones that scientific research demonstrates can assist in reducing inflammation, calming rigid joints, and rebuilding your internal support structure from within. Throughout this presentation, I will guide you through 6 particular fruits that contain abundant collagen-enhancing nutrients. They are straightforward to consume, supported by scientific research, and remarkably effective. Some begin functioning in as brief a time as 12 hours. Before we begin our journey, I would be delighted to discover which fruit you absolutely refuse to consume regardless of the circumstances. Share your thoughts in the comments and let us see who holds the title of most selective in the balanced health community. Let us commence with our first fruit. It is small, green, and surprisingly powerful. You might not consider kiwi very often. It appears fuzzy, somewhat peculiar in appearance, and typically remains hidden in the corner of the produce section. Yet within that tiny green sphere exists a silent champion, particularly if your knees feel constricted or your legs expand following a walk. Kiwi contains abundant vitamin C, not merely a small amount, but sufficient quantity to initiate collagen production like activating a mechanism. This is precisely what your joints require to maintain cushioning and flexibility. Here is information that most individuals do not possess. Collagen cannot form whatsoever without vitamin C. It serves as the catalyst that transforms amino acids such as proline and lysine into the robust strands that maintain your tendons, ligaments, and cartilage in proper alignment. One medium kiwi provides you with over 70 milligrams of vitamin C, more than adequate to fuel the enzymes that construct that framework. However, do not simply accept my statement. A clinical investigation from the University of Otago in New Zealand discovered that adults who consumed kiwis daily increased their blood vitamin C concentrations by 31% in merely 1 week. Even more impressive, they reported reduced stiffness in their knees and improved range of motion. This means rising from a chair, ascending steps, or simply standing for longer periods could feel more comfortable just from incorporating a small fruit into your morning meal. The benefits do not end there. Kiwi also contains abundant antioxidants and a special compound called actinitin. This enzyme assists in breaking down proteins more effectively, which enhances digestion. Why does this matter? Because improved digestion ensures nutrients actually reach your joints instead of passing directly through your system. Consider eating your kiwi with the skin intact. Yes, truly, that is where most of the fiber and antioxidants reside. Slice it into plain yogurt or blend it with spinach for a smoothie that your knees will appreciate. Let us transition from fuzzy green to something slightly more familiar yet far more powerful than most people understand. Let us discuss something you probably already possess in your kitchen. An orange, a grapefruit, perhaps a juicy tangerine. These citrus fruits are not merely refreshing. They represent collagen's greatest allies. and your joints recognize this even if you do not. Citrus is not solely about vitamin C. It concerns how that vitamin collaborates with flavonoids to reduce inflammation, protect existing collagen, and provide your body with the tools to construct more of it precisely where you need it most. Vitamin C alone possesses power, certainly, but citrus fruits also contain compounds such as hesperidin and naringin, natural flavonoids that function like protective guards for your joints. They calm the inflammation that slows collagen production and quietly shield your connective tissues from additional breakdown. Consider it like providing your knees with a clean, safe environment for healing. One study published in the journal Nutrients discovered that older adults who consume citrus flavonoids daily experience significant improvements in joint mobility, reduced swelling, and even enhanced blood circulation in their legs. Another study conducted in Japan demonstrated that orange-derived hesperidin not only reduced inflammation markers, but also directly stimulated collagen synthesis in joint tissue. Here is the wonderful aspect. It is simple: a glass of fresh orange juice in the morning, half a grapefruit with breakfast, a few slices of tangerine following your walk. These simple habits can gently transform the way your joints feel and move. The secret lies in consistency. Your body cannot store vitamin C for extended periods, so you need a steady supply. If biting into a sour orange does not appeal to you, try blending it into a smoothie or combining it with papaya for a double dose of enzyme-rich, collagen-friendly benefits. Simply avoid store-bought juices containing added sugar. They neutralize the anti-inflammatory advantages. While citrus provides your joints with a clean foundation, our next fruit goes deeper. It assists in breaking down large proteins into collagen-ready building blocks, and it represents a tropical delight your joints will adore. Now that citrus has cleared the pathway, the time has arrived to rebuild. Papaya is precisely the fruit for this task. This soft, orange-fleshed tropical fruit does not merely taste like vacation, it functions like medicine. Beneath its sweetness lies a rare enzyme called papain. This enzyme represents a complete game changer. It breaks down large proteins into the tiny amino acids your body needs to craft fresh, flexible collagen, right where your joints are struggling. The science here proves powerful. A clinical study published in the Journal of Medicinal Foods involved participants with chronic knee stiffness. Following just 2 weeks of daily papaya consumption, participants reported reduced joint pain and greater flexibility. Researchers attributed this to the combined effect of papain, vitamin C, and natural anti-inflammatory flavonoids. Together, they helped reduce friction in the joints and made movement feel smoother once again. Here is what makes papaya different. It does not merely supply the raw materials. It also provides your body with the tools to utilize them. This is why it proves especially useful if you feel achy after walking, or if your knees make that telltale crackling sound when you sit down or stand up. To obtain the full benefit, eat papaya when ripe, soft, orange, and fragrant. That is when the enzymes reach their peak. You can scoop it directly with a spoon, blend it with a squeeze of lime, or toss it into your breakfast bowl. Some nutritionists even recommend blending a few seeds into smoothies. They contain abundant additional anti-inflammatory compounds. Just proceed carefully. Those seeds are potent. If raw papaya does not suit your taste, you can cook the green version in stews or soups, though the enzyme content is lower that way. The optimal time to enjoy papaya is after a walk or in the morning when your joints are already beginning to repair from overnight inflammation. Now that we have accessed enzyme-rich tropical assistance, let us turn to a fruit that is often overlooked, but might be one of the most powerful protectors of the collagen you already possess. Most people walk directly past guava at the store, not realizing they are ignoring one of nature's strongest allies for joint repair. This fruit does not announce itself with bright colors or bold flavors, but what it offers represents pure power, especially when it comes to rebuilding and protecting collagen in aging joints. If your knees throb at the end of the day or your ankles feel tight after only light activity, guava might be exactly what your body is quietly requesting. One medium guava contains more than 200 milligrams of vitamin C, 4 times more than an orange. That alone makes it one of the most collagen-supportive fruits on the planet. But it does not stop there. Guava is also packed with lycopene and polyphenols, antioxidants that do not just reduce inflammation, they protect existing collagen from breaking down too quickly. So, while other fruits help build, guava helps defend what you have already got. A clinical study in the Asia-Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed adults who ate guava daily for 6 weeks. The results were impressive. Not only did participants show measurable improvement in skin elasticity, but they also experienced a noticeable reduction in joint inflammation. Researchers credited the high concentration of antioxidants for reducing oxidative stress, the silent threat that weakens cartilage and connective tissue over time. The best part, guava is easy to enjoy. The skin is edible, rich in fiber and antioxidants, and the flesh is soft, mildly sweet, and packed with nutrients. You can slice it like an apple, blend it into smoothies, or eat it alongside other collagen-boosting fruits like kiwi or papaya. Just avoid sugary guava juices. They often cancel out the benefits with added inflammation. Adding guava to your morning routine is like giving your joints a security system. It does not just start repair, it prevents future damage, and that kind of quiet protection makes a loud difference over time. Now, let us explore a group of fruits that work together like a team, small in size, but mighty in impact. They may be small, but berries are like tiny bodyguards marching through your bloodstream, fighting inflammation and patching up the very structure that keeps your joints strong. Whether it represents strawberries, blueberries, or blackberries, this trio of colorful fruits delivers a concentrated dose of what your aging knees and ankles desperately need: protection, circulation, and the gentle push to rebuild. Let us start with strawberries. These bright red gimps are full of vitamin C, certainly, but more importantly, they contain a lactic acid and antioxidants that block collagen-degrading enzymes called collagenases. A study in the Journal of Medicinal Foods involved participants with knee osteoarthritis who ate strawberries daily and saw a 37% drop in inflammation markers and reported significant pain relief after just 2 weeks. That is not a long time to wait for real comfort. Then there exists the deep purple of blackberries. They are rich in anthocyanins, the pigments that give berries their bold color and even bolder healing power. These compounds slow down the enzymes that break down connective tissue, helping to preserve what is already there. Research published in the journal Nutrients showed a 25% decrease in cartilage damage markers in seniors who ate blackberries regularly. And finally, blueberries. These may be the most famous of the bunch, especially when it comes to aging well. A clinical trial from the University of Maine showed that daily blueberry consumption improved blood flow to the joints, especially in the legs. Why does that matter? Because better circulation means more nutrients reach the spots that hurt most. In another study, participants saw a 38% improvement in joint mobility in just 2 weeks. The best way to get the most from berries: eat them fresh, not frozen with sugar. Add a handful to plain yogurt, toss them into oatmeal, or blend them into a morning smoothie. If possible, choose wild blueberries. They pack twice the antioxidant power of regular ones. These little fruits may not look like much, but together they form a front-line defense your joints can rely on. Quietly rebuilding, quietly protecting. Now, let us meet the final fruit on our discussion. It may be the least familiar, but it is the most powerful. You may not see it often at the grocery store, but amla, also known as Indian gooseberry, is one of the most potent natural tools for joint repair and collagen regeneration. It is small, green, and incredibly sour, but do not let the taste fool you. Inside this little fruit is a powerhouse of healing that no other fruit on this discussion can match. Amla is one of the richest sources of vitamin C on the planet. But what makes it truly unique is how that vitamin C is bound with polyphenols, plain compounds, that make it more stable and more absorbable. That means your body not only gets a stronger burst of collagen-building fuel, but it holds onto it longer, giving your joints time to actually rebuild, not just react. In a study published in Clinical Interventions in Aging, seniors who consumed amla extract daily for 12 weeks experienced a 42% reduction in knee pain and swelling. Even more remarkable, skin biopsies from the same participants showed a 24% increase in collagen density and elasticity. That represents hard, measurable evidence, not just symptom relief, but structural repair. What is even more fascinating is how amla works at the cellular level. It increases the production of fibroblasts, the exact cells your body uses to weave new collagen. It also contains quercetin and gallic acid, which calm the oxidative stress that builds up after walking or standing too long. So, whether your joints ache in the morning or throb at night, amla is working behind the scenes to restore the foundation. You can take it in several ways. Amla powder stirred into warm water with honey and lemon is a favorite morning ritual for many. You can also find it dried, soaked, or juiced. It is intense, but worth it. If you ever get your hands on the fresh fruit, try slicing it and soaking it in salt water overnight. That softens the sourness and makes it easier to eat. Among all fruits, amla stands tall, not for its flavor, but for its strength. It does not just support collagen, it helps build it from the inside out. So many people think joint pain is just something they have to live with. That swollen feeling after a walk, the stiffness getting out of a chair, the quiet crackling in your knees when you bend. We shrug it off as just aging, but now you know better. These are not signs of getting old, they are signals. Your body is asking for help, and you have the power to give it exactly what it needs. These 6 fruits are not magic, they are not trendy. They are real food filled with real nutrients that your body recognizes, welcomes, and uses to rebuild the very foundation you walk on every day. Whether it is a soft slice of papaya in the morning, a handful of berries after lunch, or a bit of amla stirred into warm water at sunrise, each small choice adds up. You do not need to do it all at once. Just start, pick one fruit, add it to your routine. See how your legs feel in the morning. Listen to your body. It is more capable than you have been told. If you found this presentation helpful, take a moment and leave a comment below. I would love to hear which fruit you are most excited to try. Every voice matters here. And if you want more simple, science-backed tips to keep your body strong, your mind clear, and your life full of energy after 60, do not forget to like this video and subscribe to Balance Health. We are walking this path together, one small step at a time. Your health is not behind you. It is right here, still waiting for you to choose it. I will see you in the next video.